Right now at noon, a Manhattan manhunt still underway. The latest in the search for the killer and the message he left on his bullets. Plus, dramatic moments as a car with two teenagers inside plunges into a local pond. And with the holidays upon us, how you can be someone's Santa this Christmas.
This is First Coast News on your side at noon.
It appears a suspect was lying in wait for several minutes. Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target. The suspect fled, first on foot, then on an e-bike, and was last seen in Central Park.
And welcome in here to First Coast News at noon. I'm Keitha Nelson, and right now you just heard there the killer still at large after gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in the streets of Manhattan early on Wednesday morning. The masked gunman is still unidentified. His whereabouts are unknown roughly 36 hours after security cameras captured him waiting outside the CEO's hotel. ABC's Renee Roy, she reports on the latest in the investigation and the message left on the assassin's bullets.
New surveillance video today of what investigators confirm shows the suspect in the murder of the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, outside a hotel in New York City. The man wearing a black hoodie riding a bike out of Central Park on Manhattan's Upper West Side, just 15 minutes after the shooting. And the NYPD releasing these new images, asking for the public's help to identify this person now wanted for questioning. Sources tell ABC News NYPD investigators appear to be closing in on identifying this suspect, seeking a search warrant for a location in the city where he may have been staying. Another surveillance camera capturing the brazen Wednesday morning shooting. Police say this was a premeditated, pre-planned, targeted attack.
It appears a suspect was lying in wait for several minutes.
The gunman approached firing multiple times until the gun jams. He clears the barrel before firing again.
Got like a black gun, and I saw him after he shot him. He ran across the street.
After the shooting, cameras captured the suspect getting on an e-bike, disappearing into Central Park. But police may have some forensic evidence recovering a water bottle, a candy wrapper, and a cell phone they believe are linked to the shooter. And detectives discovered writing on the shell casings found at the scene with the words deny, defend, and depose, sources tell ABC News. Those words have led police to think that the suspect may have been angry with either United Healthcare, Thompson, or the insurance industry.
We're reaching out to law enforcement in Minnesota, and we're also interviewing his co-workers and family members to see if there have been any specific threats against him in the past.
While detectives say the shooter was skilled with a gun, they don't believe he was a professional hitman. Thompson was married, the father of 2 children. His wife telling ABC News he was loving, generous, and talented, and lived life to the fullest. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Veteran and former Fox News host Pete Hegseth says he vows he is not going anywhere as the fight to confirm him as Secretary of Defense intensifies. Now, Hegseth is under fire from opponents for allegations of mistreatment of women and excessive drinking. Rumors first circulated by the Wall Street Journal say President-elect Donald Trump may pull Hegseth's nomination and replace him with Governor Ron DeSantis.
Himself. Why would I back down? I've always been a fighter. I'm here for the more fighters. This is personal passion for me.
Hegseth's path to the Pentagon is narrow, with Democrats expected to vote no along party lines. He can only afford to lose 3 Republican votes in the Senate. Writing in the Wall Street Journal's opinion pages today, Hegseth again stressed, quote, "I have never backed down from a fight and won't back down from this one," end quote. In National Assembly hearings today, South Korean lawmakers grill the Army general designated with leading martial law. General Park Ah-soon, he testified that he learned only about the declaration of martial law when President Yoon announced it on national television. As the workday ended in Seoul and temperatures dipped below freezing, demonstrators gathered outside City Hall calling for the president's removal. General Park has since resigned while Korean lawmakers move to impeach the president. Separate from the impeachment, South Korean police are investigating whether the president's actions amounted to treason. And looking back stateside now, a Tampa man is in custody after police say he intentionally drove his car into an insurance building, and they say he put on a helmet before taking action. Police say 70-year-old Robert Beatty was initially denied access to the USAA building before getting behind the wheel, strapping on a helmet and plowing right through the building. Well, two people in marked security SUVs tried to block Beatty in, but police say he intentionally reversed and struck their vehicle to create space. When police arrived, they say they found Beatty on the third floor of the parking garage where he was taken into custody. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has released new body cam video from last month when an officer shot a knife-wielding suspect. You can see the suspect lunging after the officer with a knife in hand. Now, we will play a portion of the video with a warning that some viewers may find this to be disturbing.
Put your hands up! Tase him! Oh, he has a knife!
The shooting happened, you may remember, back on November 19th after police responded to reports of a suspect stabbing a construction worker on the north side. Officers say Benjamin Kuby stabbed the worker who was waving traffic through a construction zone along I-295 and Main Street. Now, that construction worker is expected to be okay. The man shot by police, he survived and remains in the hospital.
Watch out, watch out. Get off the car! Get off the car!
Right there, that was the moment things could have ended tragically for two teenagers whose cars splashed right into the middle of a retention pond. This is out in St. Johns County. Instead, they are thanking the heroes who saved their lives. So this all happened early Saturday morning on Holmes Boulevard in St. Augustine. The St. Johns County Sheriff's Office says the 18-year-olds frantically called 911 saying they just crashed into a body of water and they could not swim. Now, Deputy Jade Gline, she sprung into action, telling First Coast News she held onto a branch in waist-deep water and told the teens to link arms.
Mom mode came in and I was like, okay, let me get in the water and figure out how either A, I'm going to swim to them and get them out, or B, came up with the idea to kind of link them together.
Wow. Now, according to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, they believe exhaustion was a contributing cause of that crash. They say everyone is all right. Well, folks, we know it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, feel like it as well. The good news is, though, you promised it, Robert, a warm-up on the way.
Look at, I mean, let's take a moment here, Keitha. Up to 68 right now. Yeah.
Remember yesterday, Brunswick went down to 24 degrees?
It's 23.
Not here. Uninterested.
It just gives me shivers even thinking about it. We are past that. But we could cool back down heading into the weekend again. We actually have freeze watches in place across a good portion of the First Coast for Saturday morning. First, we have to see why we're going to have that cool down. Right now, it's fairly mild across the area. Temperatures up near 70 degrees. So right about where we should be for this time of year. Our average is about 68 to 70 for today. We could even get up to about 70 before we start to cool down. Now, not a terrible cool down tonight. Thanks to the cloud cover, southerly winds, we're going to be looking at temperatures dipping down in the 50s. I do have a chance of rain. See the cloud cover? There is that chance of rain here just around midnight in Jacksonville and around the First Coast for that matter. But it's going to be light, far and few between. And then we'll start to see a cool down as we go ahead into Friday. So for today, though, the rest of today, 70 degrees out there. If you're going to be heading out to anything going on this evening, deck the chairs, for example, it's a nice mild evening with those temperatures mentioned into the 60s. But all eyes are not only on tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, but also heading the next week, or by Tuesday, we could even get warmer near 80 degrees. I'll talk more about that coming up in about 10 minutes.
That looks good, 72 degrees. And this I love the sights and sounds of the holidays. Downtown Jacksonville lighting up its tree for the Christmas season last night. The mayor, along with 3 local Olympians and hundreds of spectators, turned out to enjoy the fun at James Weldon Johnson Park. New York is officially ready for the holiday season. This is video from the star-studded Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting ceremony. The tree was lit with tens of thousands of Christmas lights. Now, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree will be on display through mid-January. Just gorgeous. Officially out until 2025, we're on your side with the latest on our Jaguars. Their decision to put their franchise quarterback on injured reserve. We knew it was coming, right? Plus, spreading the holiday joy, how you can donate and be someone's Santa this Christmas.